first, we're joined for the rest of the show by the former Newcastle, West Ham and Crystal Palace manager, Alan Pardew. Morning, Pods.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. How are you doing?
Good, yeah. How are you enjoying Germany in Euro 2024?
Well, it's been brilliant, isn't it? I mean, the start of the games, they've been pretty open, you know, plenty of goals, apart from England, obviously. And you've got a lovely setting up here again. It's like, talkSPORT like to be high, don't we?
Yes.
We like a view.
I have to say, you know, with no disrespect, Dusseldorf is no Munich. That is for sure. I mean, it is the industrial heartland, and you can tell that, can't you? You can see, if you look around from this position, just over there, you can see the smoking chimneys over there. So
yeah, it doesn't look very quaint, does it? It's a quite hard, Germanic look.
Quaint is the last word that you would use to describe this place. I mean, what do you think of it, Gabby?
It's very grey, isn't it? It's very grey. It's what... I was laughing because pre-season we'd always come to Germany. We'd be in the middle of nowhere. You know, the coaches want the players with no distractions. Yeah. And like that's what it reminds me of on the journey to the game yesterday from here. But we've got some nice spots here. We had a nice bit of food here yesterday as well downstairs.
And the hospitality has been great, isn't
very
it?
Good,
I mean, every time you come to Germany, you know it's going to be efficient, and obviously, you know, the food, the travel, and everything is good.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, the England fans, they weren't impressed with Gelsenkirchen yesterday. No. I mean, they had to walk for 3 miles to get to the ground before the game. They couldn't get transport away from the game either. And some of that legendary German efficiency has just gone missing. Though, England up and running in the Euros, only just.
Hey, Jude.
Come on, England, let's get it done this time. Let's get the job done. Let's take the trophy home.
Saka getting towards the bar, works it inside the penalty area, and Jude Bellingham with a flying header has given England the lead. What a start to Euro 2024. Jude Bellingham, 1-0 England.
Hey Jude rings around the Arena Al Schalke.
No, I like the Beatles. I listen to the Beatles a lot.
What a first-half performance from Jude Bellingham.
There is no attack down the left-hand side whatsoever.
I was very happy with the job Phil did for the team.
Historically, I remember saying so many times in previous tournaments, 1-0 to England could be such a dangerous lead.
I'm pleased, actually, that we had to show both sides of the game, because as we move forward, we're going to need to do that.
Stands up a beautiful cross. Kane's header hits the bar. Well, he's hardly been involved tonight, Harry Kane. England know that they can and have to get better.
The squad is in a good place, but they'll be better for the game. I think there's always huge emotion. First game of the tournament.
England 1, Serbia 0.
Sorry, I'm just busy getting back on my chair because I fell off it when I heard Gareth say he was very pleased with the job that Phil Foden did for the team. Look, we'll come to that in a moment, but let's dwell on the positives parts because, you know, we heard the song Hey Jude. We were at the match last night, and the only chant, the only player that England fans were chanting about was Jude Bellingham.
Well, he was terrific. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, you know, he plays that number 10 role at Real Madrid, but I don't think it's perfectly suited for us, personally, and I'll come on to that later on. But, you know, his all-round performance, his ability to get out of areas that other midfield players wouldn't get out of, his power, his tenacity. He very much reminded me of Brian Robson, those who remember Brian Robson from his heyday. And, you know, he's certainly, you know, if that was a marker to be the best player in the tournament, it wasn't a bad marker to put down.
He looks like he wants to be that star player, doesn't he? And like Jeff says, we're in the stadium, it's Jude, Jude, Jude. Only player that was chanted about. But some people are saying he's inexperienced. He's played 191 games for club football, 30 caps for England at the age of 20.
Won a Champions League.
Yeah. Well, he's also played in Germany, and you know, he's at Real Madrid, and he's playing for England. And you know, I mean, you know, his journey has been fine, and you know, his quality in terms of leadership is there for all to see, and. You know, England captaincy will be coming his way at some stage for sure.
Yeah, he's a mature young man, isn't he? That's for sure. After the match, England boss Gareth Southgate was asked how much they need to improve ahead of the Denmark game on Thursday.
I think we need to conserve energy better in the first half. You know, we made an incredible number of runs and played with great emotion, but I think we took a lot out of ourselves in that first half. And physically, we are we have had players miss a lot of football, not have 90 minutes for a while, so that's something we've got to consider when we're making the changes that we had to make, and making sure that the squad is in a good place. But they'll be better for the game. I think there's always huge emotion with a game, first game of a tournament, but also a game like today where the opponent are aggressive as well. But they've dealt with it really, really well.
Al, I don't want to be unkind to Gareth Southgate. You've had a few teams. Have you ever sent the side out and said to them, make sure you conserve your energy in the first half?
No, but I mean, he's used the word emotion about 3 or 4 times in that interview. And I think you can get bogged down a little bit with that. And obviously, it was a big game for England in terms of the first game of the tournament, and etc., etc. And I thought we started the game absolutely brilliantly. I didn't see a problem. I didn't think we was over kind of exerting ourselves in the way we played. We kept the ball really well, moved them around, and it all looked quite good at the start. Foden was coming off the line. It's obvious we have an unbalance in the team because we've got no natural left footer, and that was evident as the game went on. We had nothing coming down that side.
What I don't understand about conserve energy is that whenever I play, managers would say, leave everything out there. If you get tired, we've got subs to make. We've got quality players to bring on. Conserve energy in the first half.
Yeah, but you also got in this championship something which you don't get in league football, and that you can use all the substitutions, of course. So he's got plenty of options to change it and put energy on the pitch.
Strange.
So I don't see that, but I think he's more kind of leaning on that kind of mental emotion, that tiredness, rather than physical. Maybe that's what the point he's trying to make.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about the fact that he dripped in substitutions, if you like, during the second half, rather than making a more emphatic change.
Well, I just thought tactically we fell into a similar game plan that we did against Croatia and Italy, and that was that we took the lead and Rice then becomes, for me, too deep, and therefore we start conceding ground and conceding possession. So tactically, I just thought that was wrong. And again, Bellingham then becomes a number 8, and we end up with 2 number 8s and Rice in front, and then they got too much control of the game. And I think we're better than that. I think Bellingham personally should come back to number 8, solve that problem, whoever that is, and play a number 10. And Foden, for me, although he didn't play well last night, I think he does better as a number 10, where he goes and overloads in wide areas. That's what he does at Man City. And that's what he couldn't do from the left-hand side last night, because there's no one to overload with, because he was a wide player.
I think as well, though, watching the game, Alan, do you think that they should have made changes, Southgate, at 55, 60 minutes, Foden off for Gordon, maybe 75 minutes, 70 minutes, Kane off for Watkins? There was space in behind for a Watkins to come on. Are we going to have a tournament where Harry Kane can't be brought off if he's not performing? Make them bold changes when sometimes you're winning. You can make a change, can't you?
Yeah, well, you always have to sort of have your manager's head on, when I look at games, and he obviously wants to keep Harry Kane in a very strong place. I get that. So to sub him at 65 minutes, I can't see that at all.
Bit later,
but maybe, at the end, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, give him a running Watkins, give him a run out, because he's had a great season at Villa, and we all know he can run down the channels and run the sides a little bit more than Harry, and that might have helped us. I think there's nothing wrong with an early substitution, and that will happen, I'm sure, in this tournament. But the first game is always, as we've been... Those who remember England from all the tournaments, Jeff, we know the first game is always difficult for us. We're always, I don't know, it's expectation or whatever it is. We play inhibited to a degree. But that worried me last night was the trait of us getting too deep. That was what worried me.
That was a classic England tournament performance, wasn't it? Start absolutely brilliantly and end up rather sort of clinging on. You talk about early substitutions. Stuart Pearce, had he been in charge, he was talking about taking Phil Foden off in the 29th minute.
Harsh.
Well, it would have been harsh, but he wanted to see Eberechi Eze introduced there.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.